I often think about my kids and how they're handling the separation. In all reality, let's call it what it is. It's a divorce. It's not official. It's not on paper yet, but it's a process. Because in this modern world, you don't get to just be like, okay, this is not working. Let's go separate ways. Here's the agreement between me and you. You gotta go through a legal process, which I never understood. Why do other people have to be part of a personal A and B situation versus, you know, just letting us just make our decisions for ourselves? But it is what it is. But yeah, I was saying I do wonder what my kids are thinking, and I do ask them, and it's kind of hard to frame the question because, you know, my daughter is just turned 6, my son is 4.5, and in their minds, all they know is that, you know, or what they see is that mommy and daddy don't hug, they don't kiss. I mean, my daughter's actually said this: "Daddy, how come you don't kiss mommy? Daddy, how come you don't hug mommy?" You know, and I remember one time a few months ago, she actually begged me, "Please, Daddy, kiss mommy," because in her mind and what she sees in the world, this is what it looks like. You know, and it's funny because this actually came after she was watching, I believe, an episode of Bluey. I think Bluey's mom and dad were going through something. Listen, that cartoon is way too much, man. They be tapping into adult topics, like, you know, like adult emotional topics. But I guess it's important because at the end of the day, you know, whenever we're going through what we're going through, our kids are going through it with us. You know, they're experiencing it. Like when I was a kid, whatever my parents were going through, I experienced it. I was there. I saw it. The arguing, the fighting, the chaos. I was there. I saw it, and it framed a lot of who I am and how I interact with the world. So I worried about that with my kids. You know, I've said that it's better. They're definitely better for myself and their mother to not be together than to be together in chaos. You know, I didn't always think that, but eventually, that's a space that I've settled in. You know, which just requires that I have to just be the best that I can be for my kids. But I do worry. What are they thinking about? You know, and this is why I make these videos, or I'm starting to make these videos, because YouTube being in the space for me to store these thoughts is very, very important. YouTube is not is I see it now as an archive, you know, where hopefully one day, barring the cease of existence of humanity, or YouTube just kind of like just ceasing to exist, period, that my kids can always type in Uche and Joku and see their father talking to them, you know, or just their dad just talking and seeing the stages, at least from the moment I started on YouTube till now, or to whenever, who I am, who I have been, what am I talking about, even better yet, me talking to them. And I'm not even thinking about doing a series of videos where I'm just talking to them. I'm telling them stories. I'm sharing with them what I know about my family. And maybe even getting videos and conversations from my family, you know, from my, you know, the elders of my family, so they have a documented family tree they can watch and say, oh, this is who we are, you know. And that's one thing that I say to those who are watching. You know, we wait too long to gather our stories, to put them into place for our children, and then all of a sudden time comes that it's needed and it's not there. It's funny with my father's passing, which happened a few months ago, how at one point in time we were trying to gather dates. Like, when was he born again? What year? Does anybody know this about him or that about him? And we realized how much we did not know. And of course, he was born in a different time and era. But also, he was alive during a time where we could have documented a lot of things. It could have been as simple as a camera like this to just say, Dad, let me ask you some questions. You know, interview. Because we don't have oral histories anymore. And a lot of us don't document on paper who we are. Once upon a time, that was important. To be able to say, I am so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, from this place, from that place, and have all those connective tissues of who we are. It's funny how many kids these days, when I talk to them about who they are or where they're from, they can barely tell me. They can barely tell me. A lot of it has to do with the fact that we live in a world now that we don't gather information like that anymore. We don't record and keep track of where we've been and even where we're going. So I'm doing this, as often as possible. And at some point in time, I need to go into my YouTube and start putting things in playlists, because I have a lot of a lot of different lines of video topics. But this is something that's very important. Having YouTube or whatever it is that you're using as a place to store your family history, to document your thoughts, to store those memories in form of video for your children, so they know who they are. For your future, for future generations. Even if you don't have children, I'm going to tell you something. Imagine, some of you might not care, but I know there are people out there who care about this. Imagine the time comes for you to not be here anymore. Who would have known you existed? Who would have known your story? Is it fair that once you're gone, that all your experiences, all your knowledge, and all the gifts that you had go with you? Or is it possible to actually record and archive you, your stories, your feelings, your emotions, your experiences, your know-hows? We have platforms like YouTube with this for free. All you have to do is record, and you don't even have to edit it. Just upload it. Just upload it and then have it there. It's funny how there have been times I've gone back to download videos that I've uploaded, because for whatever reason that video was lost. I lost a thumb drive or lost a hard drive, and I knew it was already on YouTube. I know I was downloading a much lower quality video, but it was there. It's like, and I'm telling you, it's an archive. It's a library, and you could have your own entire shelf of stories. There could be 2 or 3 videos, or it could be 1,000 videos. But at least a space where your children can go back and say, or at least those coming behind you, maybe not even your children, people of a different time, I can go back and say, hey, this Uche guy was pretty interesting. Look at the things he did. Look at the things he said. Back to what I said at first. I do worry about what my kids are feeling, what they're thinking. And I just want them to know that dad thought about them a lot. And hopefully as they get older, we can unpack some of these thoughts and maybe even record them, so they can go back and see the conversation that they had with me. All right, y'all. Let me go into Home Depot and grab some stuff here, and I'll talk to you later. Peace. going on, guys? Uche and Joku. And I am in the basement of the house that lived in for the past 4.5 years, I would say. Yeah, 4.5 years. And I'm going to be packing up this basement. My goal is to have this emptied today. Have every piece of anything in here not here by the time I'm done. It's probably going to take about the next 4 or 5 hours, I think. But that was totally doable. This is my workout for the day. Life transitions. You know, you go to places, move to places, you call it home, and then it's not. And it's time to transition to a new space. Over the course of the next week, you know, this house will be emptied and keys handed to somebody else. I just want to show a quick scene of what this space looks like. It's an unfinished basement. Being great for storage. A lot of stuff. Empty containers be thrown out, but for the most part, it's been cleaned. The only thing that sucks about it is that there's been a lot of flooding, and the flooding itself has led to a lot of issues with just like mold and stuff like that. So they have to be treated for mold. Earlier this year, we had a lot of rain and a lot of water in this basement, and but yeah. So now I'm going to pack up these shelves. I've been debating whether or not to use the shelves in my storage space, or to just throw them out. I haven't decided yet. Maybe what I might do is actually dump the bottom sections of the shelves that were submerged. You see down here, the coloration is actually brown from being submerged in water. And I think the highest they ever got to, I would say, was probably just shy of the second shelf. So they're plastic, they can be wiped down, they can be reused. So I think I might do that. But definitely the bottom sections have to go. They're not usable. But yeah, so all these shelves are going to be emptied off. Things put in plastic bags and thrown away. And then the goal is to have this place empty, completely empty today. Trash bags in the garage to go out with next week's trash. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. What's going on? Taking a break. A lot of work. Going through boxes, finding things, not knowing what things are, realizing how much stuff you just hold on to over years and years and years. But coming along. The only one downside was I was cleaning out a shelf of laundry and cleaning products, and I'm not sure what it was. Something that I moved or something that I threw out spilled. But it's weird because nothing actually spilled, so I was wondering whether it's one of those little laundry detergent packets, because I could smell it all on me, even though nothing splashed on me. So that initial pungent smell hit me and kind of filled up the whole entire basement. And so I've been kind of powering through. I know it's not smart, but I've been powering through and cleaning and just Like it's like this has to be done. But yeah. So I'm staying out here to get some fresh air, and um, some of that smell it seeps from the basement to the living room floor. So I was told that my daughter was kind of like, tearing up. So it's just weird because I don't know what it is, But that's the thing. Too often we keep chemicals and old detergents and stuff like that. And after a while, they are chemicals. They do have reactions. And I think what it was one of those pods, one of those laundry pods. Because I do remember emptying one of the containers and one of the pods in there was already burst open. So I don't think it's ever meant to just sit there and have the different parts of the pod mixed together. I think it's supposed to mix in water and then become detergent. But whatever that was had been sitting for a while, maybe a year or two, and mixed together. I think that's what it was. But it didn't spill. It just kind of like, I do remember there was a little bit of my fingers, and I kind of wiped it away. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's fresh air in my lungs, and yeah, a lot of work to be done. Um, all right, let me get back to cleaning this basement. All right, so I figured out what the culprit was, or who the culprit was. I went to Home Depot this morning, remember, and I grabbed these garbage bags, 40 bags, 33-gallon bags. I need some large trash bags, and I hate scented trash bags, but I didn't think they made trash bags this big scented. And right bold on the box it says Mintex. My brain passed right by it, and it's rodent technology. Repels raccoons, rodents, and squirrels. Neutralizes odors. So it gives like that strong mint smell. That's why it's been smelling the whole entire time. This shit is so strong that it permeated the whole entire basement and seeped upstairs. Crazy. There should be a warning label on here. Even though I didn't even realize this is what these bags were, there should be a warning label on how potent the smell is, because the basement is pretty big. So it's not like a small little corner. Like the whole basement smelled like chemical. Like it's not even a pleasant minty smell. It's like chemical, and strong enough to like cause irritation upstairs with my daughter. Nuts. There should be a warning label here that says do not use in closed areas or indoors. Man. So I'm gonna keep the bag out here. Most of the stuff that I need to pack up downstairs is already pretty much done, so I don't have to worry about that. But these are going right into the trash. Like, this is ridiculous. But if I have this door open here, they go straight to the basement, so airing it out. Crazy. All right, let's see what we've done so far. Those are row shelves right down the middle here that are gone. I'm going to move these empty bases into a garage, so those can be thrown out too. I don't think we're going to be reusing them. Well, they could be there unless that's going to be used, but right now I don't think we're going to use those. At this point in time, just a few things that will be moved over probably in a few days. My car's full right now, and then everything else here are things that honestly could be dumped out easily. 2 ACs will probably be behind. Maybe the owners might want to utilize them. I should make a deal and see whether or not they're willing to purchase them from us. And I was actually even thinking these shelves might even stay, because honestly, if these shelves were here when we first got here, I would have utilized them. This is an unfinished basement, and it's a rental, and I don't see them ever do anything in this space because it floods. It literally floods, like, horribly. So, and they should have put a sub pump in here, but they didn't. So what happens is there's a hole right here where it's a direct line to the sewer. So during rainy seasons, it's capped off. But what ends up happening is water seeps in from the walls around the basement, around the foundation. So this gets for about, let's say, a good foot and a half, then you have all the yucky water from outside in here. Then you have to go in here and open it manually when the rain has stopped and the sewer is clear, so it could drain out. Because if not, if you have one of those crazy storms, I'm telling you, what happens is this: that water comes out from the sewer into the basement, and that shit sucks. It's horrible. Um, yeah, I mean, there's some great memories here in this house and some not so great memories, but one of the things that I did not like about this house was this basement. And whenever it rained, like, I've seen flooding before, but not like this. And it's one of those things where you would think that the owners should do a better job at just finding a solution, because all that flooding causes more harm to the foundation than anything else. But it is what it is. Yeah, so far it hasn't been too tough. These shelves here, I'm gonna send a picture to the owner's son and see if they want to keep it, or I should just go ahead and trash it, because the shelves that I took, I'm definitely going to utilize. Oh, actually, no, I'll take that back. I'm going to take this one. There's one more set stack right here. I don't want the narrow shelves. I'm going to take this narrow one. I'm going to take this with me. But the other three shelves, I'll leave. Yeah, let's see. So it's been a long day. Just got home from spending time with a friend, and been reflecting on the earlier portion of the day, cleaning the basement out from the house that I lived in for the better part of the past 4 years. And what's interesting was just the things you find in the basement. You know, the things that you find in the basement, the boxes that are there. When you open those boxes, the things that you totally forgot even existed, because you're so preoccupied with everything else that you forget those things that are important as well. So let me tell you what I found in the boxes. I found a photo album with pictures that, first of all, I bought the photo album. I think I bought it at either Walgreens or CVS years ago. Sometime around when I first got to New York. Then in this album, there are photographs that I took or were sent to me. If I took these photographs, I had them developed, and I put them into this photo album. Pictures of my grandfather, my mother, my siblings, friends, college pictures. You know, it's funny when you look at pictures from college and you're like, oh my God, what is this person's name? We have clear memories of them, but it's been so long, and you've packed away those memories, that you packed them away so good that even the names of the people in that picture, you know, slip you. I found unsealed baby bottle nipples. It made me ask myself, did this belong to my daughter or my son? It was probably my son, but by the time we had moved into this house, my daughter was still on the bottle from time to time. A lot of things in those boxes. But then I'm making the correlation from those boxes to just life. How many emotional boxes, psychological boxes, even physical boxes that we store away, forgetting about them. It's so easy to take emotional stuff, traumas, memories, and we pack them away. Sometimes we pack them away intentionally because they need to be packed away. Then there are other times that we pack them, but time allows them to be away. So we forget about them. Cleaning that basement was therapeutic, but also sad. I shared this this evening. I said it wasn't bittersweet, it was sweet bitter. Sometimes the chapters need to be closed, It just needs to be closed. What makes it sweet is you're like, okay, I'm closing this chapter. But also makes it bitter because there are things in that space that are hard to reconcile. And you're just like, you know what, it is what it is. I've documented today because I know at some point in time my kids are going to question this day or this moment in time, or they might not even remember it. They might actually pack it away, either intentionally or unintentionally, into a box and store it away. And I hope that one day they come across this video and remember Dad. And even though they don't have a clear memory of this day, of what I did this day, but they get to see it. I added to their collective memory. Because we did live in that house. We were a family in that house. And it's time to pack it away. To pack this stuff up and go somewhere else. We are moving somewhere else physically, apart. But emotionally we're still together. But Daddy's not going anywhere. Honestly, can't help it. As long as you're on this planet, Daddy's always going to be here. I love you, Noah and Musa. Today's documentation was for you. Alright, y'all. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it all made sense. And hopefully it touched someone out there who needed to see this and experience this with me. Be well.